Your resume is not the hook. I know, feels a bit rude. Your resume, it's been through a lot. It's got jobs on it, years, titles, maybe an award, maybe a line that took you 47 minutes to write because you wanted to sound smart, but not too smart, but also approachable, but also successful, but also humble. Wonderful. Now what? Because here's the part smart people like you hate. Your resume can prove you're qualified, right? But it does not make people care. Caring's the whole game. So if you've ever felt like you're genuinely good at what you do, but for some reason your message just slides right off people, stay with me, because this is the actual problem. And it's fixable today. I spent more than 20 years in television, got A&E, 100 shows, thousands of episodes, 60 Days In, Intervention, Duck Dynasty, Zombie House Flipping, and my entire job came down to one question. It wasn't, is this person impressive? Would anyone keep watching? That's the question. Would anyone keep watching? That's a huge difference. You can be impressive and still be boring. You can be experienced and still be unforgettable, or still be forgettable, sorry. You can be excellent and still sound like everybody else. And that one stings, I know, because the people I work with, they're not beginners. They're not sitting around wondering if they have value. They have value. They've got proof, results. They have people who love working with them. But strangers don't get it fast enough. People understand them after a long conversation, but people love them once they're in the room. People trust them after they explain everything. And that sounds good. But that's actually the problem. Because if someone needs 45 minutes, 3 Google Docs, a voice memo, 2 coffees, and a small emotional support spreadsheet to understand why you're different, the message is not ready. Now, no. That right there is fog. And more content will not fix fog. More AI will not fix fog. A better website will not fix fog. Just gonna spread the fog faster. So here's what I've learned after watching thousands of hours of footage and television. People don't remember everything. They remember the hook, the scene, that weird detail, the line that they repeat later. Now that's true in television, but it's also true in business, and it's definitely true when someone tries to refer you. Because nobody says, you need to call my friend Brad. He's got a comprehensive background across multiple disciplines and a strong ability to identify differentiated marketed positioning. Please, somebody would choke on the bread that they were eating. They say, you need to talk to Brad. He's the TV guy who finds the thing that makes you impossible to ignore. The TV guy who finds the thing that makes you impossible to ignore. That's repeatable. That's referable. That's the game. If they can't repeat you, they can't refer you. And if they can't refer you, your brain becomes a very well-dressed secret. Now, let me tell you when this got personal for me, because I didn't always have my own hook. For years, I had a title, a network, a lane people understood. I was Brad from A&E. That was the whole introduction, and people got it, just that. Then I left the day-to-day of the television world. And I knew I wasn't starting from zero. I had the reps, I had the resume, 4 Emmy nominations sitting right there. Actually, it's sitting in a box up in my attic. Should probably pull it out. But I remember that first real quiet week. Sitting in my house in Charlotte, no emails, no fires to put out, nobody asking my opinion on a cut. And eventually I go to a mastermind and somebody walks up and asks me the simplest question on this earth. So, what do you do? And I froze. The guy whose literal job was making other people unforgettable. I mumbled something about TV and consulting and helping people, and it was mush. It was the resume version, the safe version, the version that says everything and lands nothing. I was a dollar bill in a room to my own face. And that's the irony that still gets me. I could read everybody else's label. I could not read my own from inside the jar. So let me show you what fixed it. It wasn't a better adjective. I stopped leading with the impressive version and I went back to the messy chapter I'd been cleaning up. Leaving a stable, prestigious career in my 40s, the silence, the fear, not knowing if I could swim, deciding to climb a different mountain that nobody was going to hand me. That chapter wasn't the embarrassing part of my story. That was the story. Same skill, new mountain. The skill never changed. In TV, finding the real story built shows. Now finding the real story helps people like you, entrepreneurs, business owners, become the only choice. Same skill, new mountain. And the second I led with the real chapter instead of the resume, people leaned in. You leaned in, right? So let me give you a client story I love because it explains this perfectly. I'm talking to a real estate investor here in Charlotte, a guy named John. And he's given me the resume version. I buy houses for cash. Cool. So does every other person in that market. You, my friend, you're a dollar bill. So we keep talking and someone in there, somewhere in there, almost as a throwaway, he mentions that when he meets with sellers, he brought lunch to one seller actually. And he said it was like nothing, like, yeah, I bring lunch. I brought lunch that one time. And I stopped him because that was not nothing. He thought the story was, I get hungry. No, the story is you're the buyer who brings lunch. Feel the difference? Think about who he's meeting. Somebody selling their house on the worst day of their lives, right? This is a distressed seller. They're overwhelmed. They're behind on everything. The house is probably not show-worthy. This guy shows up with lunch. That's not a detail. That's the whole brand. It tells you he leads with the person before the transaction. And he almost left it out because it just didn't sound right. It didn't sound professional. Just another day. Here's what John said to me, word for word after we found it. You definitely have a gift. You've got my mind running in a creative direction I don't normally get in. He booked 45 minutes. Stayed for 2 hours. Now nobody in Charlotte calls him a cash buyer. They call him the guy who brings lunch. That's the $2 bill. And John's not rare. I had a client named Belinda who thought her family's car dealership was just where she grew up. Turns out she's the only person on earth who can walk into any dealership in the country, born and raised in the business, whose grandfather brought Suzuki to South Africa. She told me she'd never had that kind of confidence before. We didn't invent it, we found it. It was sitting right there in the chapter that she skipped. So here's the turn, and this is the part you probably have missed. This is not a storytelling tip. This is a positioning problem. And it's quietly costing you money. Because when your message isn't landing, you reach for the wrong tool. You think you need more content, so you make more fog faster. You think you need AI to write it better. Now, I like AI, I use it every day, but AI cannot read the label from inside the jar if you keep feeding it oatmeal. It's going to give you cleaner oatmeal, not that brown, gray, disgusting. Just oatmeal really doesn't look great, right? Maybe oatmeal, better punctuation, because it's still oatmeal. You think you need a prettier sentence, you don't, you need a true one. Because the ingredients you're missing was never in the resume, it's in the chapter you keep cleaning up. The old job, the detour, the thing that went sideways, the weird hobby, the throwaway line your clients always thank you for. Your $2 bill is usually hiding in the chapter you keep cleaning up. So let me give you a way to catch yourself. 3 questions, and I'm going to call this the memory test. Question number 1, can someone explain why you're different after one conversation? Not after your workshop, not after 9 videos, not after a PDF that explains your soul. One conversation. And 2, can they finish this sentence? You've got to talk to this person because. And can they finish it with something specific? That because is where the referrals live. And 3, does your story give your proof a heartbeat? Because I'm telling you, proof matters. I'm not telling you to throw your resume in a lake. It worked hard, but proof is the backup singer. The story is the lead vocal. Story gets attention. Proof builds trust. Lead with the resume before people care. And you make a tired audience do too much work. And your audience is tired. They're dropping kids off. They're half listening. They're drinking coffee that tastes like printer ink. They're not going to assemble your brand like IKEA furniture. You've got to make the memory easy. That's not dumbing it down. That's the job. So before you post again, before you ask AI for another hook, before you rewrite the line that explains what you do for the 900th time, ask this: what's the chapter I keep skipping? That's where your only is. And that's why I built findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. Most people are too close to their own story. You've got the clues. You can't read the label from inside the jar. I said that for the third time because it's important. And I couldn't either. So go to findyouronly.app. It's free. There's 8 questions. It'll take you under 8 minutes. It pulls the clues out of your head so you can start finding the thing people should actually remember about you. Not the thing that sounds nice. Not the thing your friend says is really good. Not the thing AI smooths into a paragraph. The thing people can repeat and refer. And if you want to help turning those clues into words you can actually use, that's the one-on-one only statement audit. Go to findyouronly.app /audit. Findyouronly.app /audit. It's not a pep talk. It's not a motivational bubble bath, whatever that is. It's a working session. We find the sentence, we find the thread, we find the stories, we find what to say. And just as important, what to stop saying. Some of your words are putting people to sleep in broad daylight. I know that. And I say that with love, but also, please wake them up. You don't need to be more impressive. You need to be easy to remember. Your resume is not the hook. Your story gives the resume a heartbeat. Your only gives people the sentence, and the sentence is what travels. Don't be the best. Be the only. Be the $2 bill. I'll see you in the next one.